Hi everyone, it's Toby from Cinesim and welcome to our second Cinesim tutorial videos. And in these videos, we'll cover the basics to get you started with Cinesim. We'll walk through navigating the main menu, settings, and starting a new sections with pre-built maps. Then, we'll dive into moving around the 3D world and manipulating objects. So, let's get started. When you open Cinesim, you land on the main menu. And here, you can start a new map by selecting New, or load a saved map by selecting Open, or adjust settings by selecting Settings here. And in Settings, we get lots of different settings you can choose, just like resolutions or some advanced settings about graphic cards. And so we go back, and last options here is Quit. Today we are going to start a new map section, so we select New. And here you have two options. One is Blank, to create an empty world from scratch, or Template, to choose a pre-built map. For this tutorial, we use a template to get you started quickly. You click inside, and you will see a variety of pre-built 3D maps, just like street, home, classroom, restaurants, office, or even spaceships. And for learning purpose, let's try my hometown, Hong Kong Street. Now we're in 3D environment. Let's go through the interface layout from the top to bottom. On the top right menu, we have Undo, Redo, Magnet on and off. So Magnet is used to choose whether you want your objects get snapped together. You can experiment these functions yourself. And here we get Captures. So this is the functions for you to capture your whole scene's environment. And here we get a very useful functions called Settings. This is about graphic settings. So I know that you have different kinds of computers. So if you have a very powerful computers, you definitely use Epic or High. But what about if you are just having RTX 2060s? Then maybe you can try medium, or if you have even lower capabilities laptop, you can try low here. It's also okay. And also we have edited EV. So this function is used when your view, when your scene is just so dark. And you can try to make it darker or try to make it brighter. But remember, this is just the settings about your scene's editors, but not about the scene that you're going to capture. Then on the next row, we have Transform, Rotate, Scaled, and Local or World. So for local or world, it's about the coordination systems of your object. We'll talk about it later. And here we also have different perspectives to choose. We have perspective, top, left, and right. If you are familiar with those 3D software, I believe that you can use these functions quite well. And the top view is a very useful function. You can just go around your map to see how you can put your things here. And alright, let's go back to perspective. On the lower right menus, there are 4 buttons. Libraries allows you to get access to various access, just like floor, food, or different items, or we also have different characters and animations. You can choose it to build your own world. And the second one is about environment. So for this environment, you can choose different times, different sun rotations to design your own scenes. And Outliner allows you to get an overview of all the items in the scene for easier organizations. And Timeline is just like an experimental features for creating animations within your scene. We will leave it first. Next, let's learn about how to walk around. It's very similar to play an RPG game with WASD control. First, you may look around simply by holding right-click mouse button and move the mouse around to look around your world. And the control here is very intuitive. To move forward or backward, right-click your mouse and then press W or S. To move sideways, click your right-click mouse button and press A or D. To do ascend or descend, just click your right mouse button and click E or Q to do ascend and descend. Just spend some time to walk around and you will be familiar with how to walk in this Cinesim. Alright, so let's move on to the object manipulations. First, let's select an object. So we have lots of objects here. So maybe we select a bike here. So we click here to select a bike. As default, you're in a transform mode. So you may click transform or press our hotkey W, as you can see in the screen. And then you can move around with different axes. My recommendation is not to move it randomly, just like this one. Instead, try to use this axis to move your objects. That will be better and easiest to control. And to rotate an object, you can select an object and click rotate or press the hotkey E to rotate. So again, the control is very intuitive. Just move those axes one by one. And last is about scales. So we have a scale up, scale down, or you can scale on a particular axis, okay? Again, experiment more and you will see how you can do it. And we have secret functions here, that is, all right, so I select this bike, but I want our camera to focus on the bike. So we can just simply click focus and the hotkey is F. And when you click F, and our frame will focus on the bike or on anything you select. If you are not happy with the move, you may just undo any actions by clicking undo or pressing Ctrl Reset, which is a very handy function if you make a mistake. In case you forget any of the shortcut keys, you may just press Exit on your keyboard to the main menu and click Hotkeys to review all the shortcuts you have in CineSim. Thanks for watching, and in the next video, we'll walk through the use of library and adding access to the scene. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our latest tutorials. And see you in the next video.